तन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very, very happy to be with all of you and very, very happy to be with Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the one amazing experience that we all can have together. That is discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. So many times we may think that, oh, devotees discuss Bhagavatam with each other for, okay, they don't have any other thing to do, so they discuss them. No, this is the most important activity that Krishna expects between devotees. Macchitta madgada prana udayanta paraspara. Tayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamaticham. And when we do this activity together, everybody will experience that juice of Krishna consciousness. Yes, when we do kirtan together, when we do japa together, when we discuss topics of Bhagavatam together, then the juice of bhakti is experienced. Right? Where is the juice of bhakti? Here is the juice of bhakti. So let's go ahead. So far, Suta Goswami has explained the various Purusha avatars, the official incarnations of those lords who rule this universe, who are controlling this universe. Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Virat Purusha, Shirodakashayi Vishnu. Right? So we discussed all of it. Now we are going to go ahead to this main section, the Leela Avtaras, Haribo, the various pastimes. Pastimes. And somehow everybody loves pastimes. Pastimes is something that devotees love. Right? Devotees like to hear pastimes and lessons and glorious. This is something that we like. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's full of pastimes of Lord. So what are all the different pastimes which are going to elaborately come ahead is very quickly summarized here. So Suta Goswami gives totally 22 Leela Avataras, right? And if you're all excited for this pastime, then you all can turn on your video. That is something that will show all of your excitement, right? If possible, turn on video. If you don't want to show me your face, I don't mind. You can show me what goes on outside your home. You can show me fan, light, tube light, anything is okay, except that box, right? That way I will feel there is somebody there, right? Somebody is there. Okay. So I request the host to make me co-host. Then I'll be able to share the screen. So 136, first canto, third chapter, shloka number 6. We are going to discuss the first Leela Avtaras. Not all the Leela Avtaras may be in sequence. Yes, it's not chronological. Yes, it's not in chronology. But let's find out. But this is the first. This is always the first. This is chronological. Sa eva pratamam devah kaumaram sargamashritah chacharat duscharam brahma brahmacharyam akhanditam. Hare Krishna. So sa eva, these indeed, pratamam, the first incarnation, the first Leela Avtaras, or the first Shakti Avesh Avtaras. So many of the Leela Avtaras are Shakti Avesh Avtaras also. Yes, who are as such Shakti Avesh. They are Jivas but having potency of Lord. Prabhu, I'm at work and it will be the ceiling due to data protection. Okay, no problem. Nice ceiling. You can remove the blur, then I can see ceiling properly. That blur can be removed. The blurry view. So Saiva Pratamam Deva. These are the first. Yes, the first incarnation Leela. First is always special, right? Anything first is always special. People discuss always who is the first president of United States? Who is the first president of India? Who is the first prime minister of India? Who is the first man to go to moon that people think? Who is the first man to climb the Mount Everest? So first is always special. Nobody discusses second. Second is never asked in GK. It's always first. There is a who came first is asked. Yes. So this at least the first incarnation we will remember easy because that's the law of first. Everyone will remember who came first. So Seva Pratamam Devaha Kaumara Sargam. So there was creation. The first who were created when the Sarga was happening is Kaumaram, named the four Kumaras. The meaning this Kumara, the Kumara comes from unmarried. Prabhupada is specifically word to word is translating unmarried. They are called as Kumara. Unmarried girls are called as Kumaris, right? Kumari. And unmarried uh, boys are called as Kumaras. And they are called Kumaras means they never married. Wow, the very first incarnation is brahmacharis. The first creation of Brahma, they are brahmacharis. And people say we don't need brahmacharis. What is the use? Get married and do some work. Contribute something to the society. I'm not talking about ISKCON society, the regular society. ISKCON society, okay, you people have done. You people are escapists. Like that. No escapists. These are needed. This population is needed. So that is wow. In fact, the four Varnas, they come from Krishna, the Virat Purusha's body. So he says, Grihashramo Vighanato Brahmacharyam Mamohradi Vakshasthalavane Vaso Nyasas Shirshno Chakrame. So he says that the four ashramas, they come, Varnas and ashram both, but ashramas, in that he says the grihasthas are my grihashramo, they are Vighanato, they are my hips. Brahmacharya Mama Hridi. The Brahmacharya ashram is my heart. They are my heart. You know, when two people fall in love, it's not raise in love, fall in love. What they call each other? I have no experience. That's why I'm asking. Sweetheart. They call like that, right? Somebody, you are my sweetheart. So Krishna is telling brahmacharis are my sweetheart. Yes, my sweetheart is brahmachari. And then Vakshasthala Vanevas, the Vanaprasthas, they stay in my heart. And what about sannyasis? Nyasas Shirshna. Shirshnicha Stite. So Stita. This sannyasis, they stay in the head. They are the head of the Lord. They are the head of the society, right? The head of the Lord also. So like this he mentions. This comes into the Gita. So brahmachari is the heart of the Lord. So Kaumar Sargam Ashrita. So what did they do? They took shelter. Ashrita, ashram. They took shelter and Chachara Dushcharam. They performed very difficult to do, very difficult brahmachari vows, Brihat Vrata, great vows. They perform the vows of brahmachari, ashram, something great, Akhandit brahmachari. Yes, they're Naishtik brahmacharis. They remain brahmacharis for whole life. It's a big thing. In fact, Newton, he was asked, what is your greatest achievement? One may think, oh, Prabhu, maybe Newton's law of gravity. The apple fell down and then he created some mathematical equations. That was his greatest achievement. No. Newton said, my greatest achievement is I remained as a celibate. Yes, he remained. He continued to remain. He remained a celibate. According to him, that's his greatest achievement. In fact, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, in his teenage college days, he started a group. Yes, not a WhatsApp. Those days, no WhatsApp was there. So it was not a WhatsApp group. It was a physical group, and that group was called a Chira Kumar Sabha. Kumara means what? Those are not married. Chira means for long time. We don't get married. Sabha means group. Chir Kumar Sabha. You want to remain brahmachari. So many joined. And one by one, everybody left. Only he remained. Others all got married. Yes, there's no problem with marriage life provided one becomes Grihastha Brahmachari, following the principles of Brahmacharya even in Grihastha life. Then there is nothing wrong. But they perform great vows. Chachar Duscharam Brahma Brahmacharya. Yes, so they had in the order of Brahma, in the order of Brahman. Brahman means Shastra. Brahman means, the self-realization. Brahmacharya, Pandit Brahmacharya. So right in the beginning itself, the first four children of Brahma are Brahmacharis. This will come in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 12th chapter. All these things. So Brahmaji, he had a lot of frustration before, just giving a background. Brahmaji became in ignorance. He didn't know what to do. So he was born in ignorance. So then he offers prayers. He offers prayers for creative energy. He's born in ignorance. So he offers prayers. Those prayers come in 3.9. Brahma's prayers for creative energy. So before creation, he prays a lot. And after offering prayers, when I'll do some creation, he thinks. So immediately what is created? There is ignorance that is created. Ajnana vritti, again back to ignorance. For 5 types of ignorance are created. Then what does Brahma do? Again, he prays to the Lord. Then what happens is 4 Kumaras are created. And when the 4 Kumaras are created, what happens is Brahmaji is very happy. Yes, I asked for one person. I got 4. So immediately orders the 4 Kumaras. Come on, go. Grow quickly. Grow up quickly and start producing children. Do my work. And this 4 Kumaras said, Father, we are not going to grow. The moment we grow, there is something called lust that will attack. So we would like to remain in bodies of children only. We will not. So that's why they are called as Kumaras, eternal Kumaras, 4 Kumaras. We will always be children. But through this decision of this particular decision, oh my God, Brahma becomes very, very angry. And through his anger, Rudra is created. And Rudra is crying continuously, crying. So Brahmaji gives him 11 places. So you take 11 places and you have 11 wives. And then Rudra starts destroying the creation. Brahma said, no, Rudra, you are not meant for creation. Go and do tapasya. When destruction comes, that time I'll call you. Again, he's frustrated. But then he creates Manasaputras. From his mind, he creates certain children. Daksha, Ulaha, Ulatsya, Narada, all of them are created. But then he's a little frustrated. Only I have to do everything. I want to delegate, empower, and I also need time for my sadhana. So that is when, through the prayers of Lord, Manu and Shatarupa, a couple is created. They are a couple who come. They're already married. Couple comes. And they're saying, okay, Father, what is the instruction for us? He says, Manu, go to the earth and start ruling all the Manushas. Manu says, where is the earth? I'm not able to see any earth. Because earth, again, problem. Earth was submerged in waters, Garbhodak waters. Brahma is again kind of frustrated what to do. And when he prays, remembers the Lord comes as Varahadev and he lifts the earth from water. And then Manu could go and he could settle in Aryavart and continue with it. So how many problems come in creation? This is the nature. This is the nature of this world. Through this whole pastime, we understand this is the very nature of this material world. Problems keep coming. Problems will keep. So we should never give up. That is the glory Brahmaji has. Brahmaji never gave up. He continued taking shelter of Lord and continued service. Yes, continue the service. Continue. There will be 100 options for you to give up. But no, you continue. You take shelter of Lord and continue. Yes, so these 4 Kumaras come and they frustrate Brahma. They don't want to. And you see, although Brahma is self-realized soul, still any parents, they will get angry when their son wants to become Brahmachari. This happens. Many times people ask me also this question, oh, Prabhuji, you joined ashram. What did your parents tell? Because they know there is some excitement there. They allowed you so easily. I said that was not a very easy game. It was difficult. But then ultimately, through your Lord's mercy, anything is possible. Right? Lord's mercy is there, you will definitely get the blessings to join. Yeah, correct. Akhanda Brahmacharya. Akhanditam means unbroken Brahmacharya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. First of all, in the beginning of creation, there were four unmarried sons of Brahma. What are their names? Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumar. These are the four Kumaras. They are also called as Chatushsanaha or Chatush Kumaras. Being situated in the vow of celibacy, they underwent severe austerities for realization of absolute. And actually, each one of them symbolizes one aspect also. They symbolize yoga, tapasya, austerities, vairagya, that is renunciation, and jnana, knowledge. Yoga is mysticism, tapasya is austerities, vairagya is renunciation, and jnana is knowledge. So these four sanas, they correspond to these four particular qualities or four particular Shakti Avesh that they are that relates to them. Okay. The purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The creation of the material world is affected, maintained, and then again annihilated at certain intervals. So this is a constant phenomena. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralay. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralay. This keeps happening. This is always changing. On the other, this is the prabhav of Kala. This is the influence of time. What is that influence? So these are the three phases of time: creation, maintenance, and dissolution. Creation is in the mode of passion, maintenance is the mode of goodness, and destruction is in the mode of ignorance. So all three modes act prominently these times. So with the Kala Karma Gunadino Dehoyam Pancha Bhautika. Pancha Bhautika Deha, that means the body made out of the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Anybody who has attained such a body which is made of these five elements surely has to undergo the influence of three modes: passion, Kala, Karma, Gunadino. Three things control that person: Kala, Karma, and Guna. Time, Karma, reactions, and the three modes. So Kala is something that activates the Karma and Guna. Kala activates. And when the Kala acts in this entire universe, universally acting Kala will definitely be active in such a way that when there is passion, there is creation. When there is sattva guna, there is maintenance, and finally ignorance also comes. So this is a part of life. This will happen. There is rise and fall. Rise, stay, fall. This will happen. So there are different names of the creations in terms of particular tribes of Brahma. The father of the living beings father of living beings in creation. Yes. So these are all aspects of creation. Same way even with body. Our living body undergoes 6 changes. I'll have to do one thing. I'm going back to Australia, I think. Devotees are all laughing. I'm in Australia presently. From Australia, I want to go to India. Let me check. Oh, Australia to Japan. India? Are we in India? So can we open the curtains, Prabhu? That happens probably. Yes, yes, yes. India. We are in India. Okay, Canada. So Kala, this is again influence of time, right? Influence of time keeps changing everything. Let's come back to the topic. So these are all the different names of the phases of Prakriti. I was making a point here. Anyways, I was going to make something. If somebody remembers, they can let me know. Because, yeah, even the living, I was talking about living bodies. They are in different phases, right? There are 6 changes that a living body goes through: birth, then there is growth, there is maintenance, reproduction, dwindling, death. These are called the 6 changes. The moment we have got this material body, we will have to go through these 6 changes. We cannot avoid it. We go through these 6 changes. So yeah, these are all the different phases of the body. The Kumaras, as above mentioned, appeared in the Kaumara creation of the material world, and to teach us the process of Brahman realizations, they underwent a severe type of disciplinary action as bachelors. The bachelors is the closest word to brahmacharis. Correct? It's a very auspicious population. As I said, that brahmachari hrido mama. Brahmacharis are coming from my heart. Krishna says in the Uddhav Gita. Correct? So they are my heart. It's a very dear process. And that is the foundation of the entire society. And one of the reasons that Prabhupada says this Kali Yuga is a very miserable world right now is there is no proper brahmachari training. Yes, if the brahmachari ashram is properly maintained, you will have a very good society. Because brahmacharis are trained very well in sense control. Brahmachari Guru Kuler Vasandanto Guru Hitam Acharan Dasavat Nicho Guru Sutrida Sauhritam. Under an expert spiritual master's guidance, a brahmachari is trained in sense control. That's a main training for a brahmachari. Discipline, sense control, and obedience. These 3 things are trained. Yeah. The Kumaras are empowered incarnations, correct. It's mentioned. They are Shaktivesh avatars. And Shaktivesh of what? These 4 things. Yoga, Tapasya, Vairagya, Jnana. We discussed this. So they are empowered incarnations. Shakti Avesh. And before executing the severe type of disciplinary actions, all of them became qualified Brahmanas. Correct. This example suggests that one must first acquire the qualifications of Brahmana, not simply by birth, but also by quality. And then one can undergo the process of Brahman realization. Right. So first they received their initiation. They were initiated by Brahma, who is the Guru. Brahma is the father, so he gave initiation. Brahma received the Gayatri mantras from Krishna. Yes, Krishna's one energy, particularly Krishna's energy, Saraswati Devi. When we recite, before reciting Bhagavatam, we pray to 5 personalities, right? Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriat. So this Daivim Saraswati. So who is this Saraswati? Saraswati actually is the spiritual potency of Krishna who initiates Brahma. Maharishi receives initiation through the energy of Krishna. The Diksha happens. And Diksha means receiving of the Brahmanical mantras. So he receives that. And Brahmaji gives the Brahmanical mantras. They all got their sacred thread, Upavit. Yes, that is received. So Upavit is an indication, Prabhupada says, that you have a spiritual master. Correct. So they receive that through their qualities and qualification. And then after that, then they engaged in self-realization. So this is how it used to happen. Brahmachari is also first, there is Upanayana Samskara. Yes, you all know the Tasavida Samskaras. There are 10 processes, 10 Samskaras. They have different names. Starting is the Garbhadana Samskar. Garbhadana Samskar is where the child is conceived, conception. I'll just copy it from my notes and put it so that you all can visualize, see it. First is Garbhadana Samskar, where the husband and wife religiously taking permission of Guru come together for begetting a child. Yes. Then there is Pumsavana. So this Pumsavana is performed even by Diti. She performs Pumsavana to get children. Then she gets the 49 Marut. So it is the ritual for getting, actually it's a ritual for getting a child. This is the external ritual, the union, and this is a very elaborate process. How Garbhadan happens. Very elaborately it is described. I had taken a class once on the 7th canto, 12th chapter, 11th verse. So there I had elaborately discussed this. Sometime, some other time when we reach there, probably we'll discuss. So Pumsavan is especially for male child. Yes, for a male child, of course, Pumsavan is performed. Because it is said that one should have both male and female child. Both should be there in the family. Right? So male and female is always there. So Pumsavan is performed. Then there is Simanton Nayana. So it is for when the lady is pregnant, the 5th month. Simanto, parting of the hair and this ceremony. Lady is pregnant now. The fetus is sufficiently grown. Then after the 10th month, there is Jataka Karma, which means determining the activity based on the position of stars, determining the activities of what the child is going to do. Then after a few days, immediately there should be Namakaran. A name should be given. Prabhupada says within few days. So naming of the child, Namakaran Samskar. Then Nishkramana. Nishkramana is usually done after 2 months. The 2 months after the child is born, go out of the home after some period of 60 days. Some people do it from 30 days to 60 days, first month to second month. Go out. And where? To temple. Nishkramana Samskara is something that we have seen. I have seen the Nishkramana Samskara of many, many congregation devotees. They bring their child to the temple and offer to the Lord. Yes. So, yeah, happens. The child is offered. Even Tirupati Balaji, many of them go to Balaji and they offer their child. Then even our ISKCON temple, of course, very special children, they are taken to the altar and offered to the Lord. So there were many children who were offered to our Toronto temple's future Gopinath. I know one such wonderful devotee. I'm in touch with him who was offered in his child to Gopinath. And then there is Annaprashana. This is the 6th month that the child is fed the food. Then after 1 year, see, everything is very scientific. The 6th month is after 1 year. First haircut. Sudakarana. Mundana. This is taken. Karna Veda, which is performed after that. You pierce the ears. Then Vidyarambha. Here, Upanayana Samskar comes. Vidyarambham you start. Upanayana Samskar is there. This one is offered this Upanayana Samskar, where you have a spiritual master. And then you are taught the Upanishads. So this happens. Coming back. Yeah. Right. So any questions? No questions. All clear. I think this was Brahmachari class, Prabhuji. We are not Brahmacharis. Everyone should be Brahmachari. There's Grahastha Brahmachari, Vanaprastha Brahmachari, Sannyas Brahmachari, Brahmacharini Brahmachari. And there is Brahmachari Brahmachari. Everyone's supposed to follow this principle. It's good. It is a spiritual advancement. Yes. There are 16 Shodasha Samskaras. Right. The Dashavida Samskaras, the Shodasha Samskaras. So that is Antyeshti, till Antyeshti Kriya, it is there. More are there. Upanayan is also one of them. Shodasha Samskara, 16. Yes, Raksha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna dear devotees. So Prabhuji, my question is from yesterday's class. So yesterday's in the purport we read that the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is the fountainhead of all the incarnation. And in the previous verses, I think in the second verse of the same chapter, Prabhupada has mentioned that all the incarnation emanates from the Chirodak Sai Vishnu. So how can we understand like both the sentence seems little contradictory to me. So that's why I'm asking this here.
Yes, because Garbhodakshaya Vishnu gives rise to Shirodakshaya Vishnu and Virat Purusha. That's why he writes that. Shirodakshaya Vishnu actually releases all the Shakti Avesh and the Leela avatars. That's why Shirodakshaya Vishnu. So that is contextual. From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes the Virat Purusha, right? And also Shirodakshaya Vishnu, Paramatma. That is why he is called the fountain. And fountainhead is Shirodakshaya Vishnu also. Why? Because he releases all the Leela avatars and Shakti Avesh avatars. In Krishna consciousness, everything can be correct. Who is the best devotee? Prahlad is best. Who is the best devotee? Second time asked question, Yudhishthira is the best. Who is the best devotee? Gopis are the best devotees. Who is the best devotee? Is Vaishnava Namatashama. Shiva is the best devotee. So who is the best devotee? All can be best. This is how spiritual philosophy is.
Okay.
Everyone
Yeah,
can be
understood.
best devotee. So fountainhead in what context is it? The context of Virat, because Virat Purusha practically gives rise to all the forms. So in that context, yes, Virat Purusha is source is Garbhodakshaya, because then practically the whole universe comes there. When it comes in the context of the Leela avatar, Shakti avatar, is that okay?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll take one online. Prabhuji, could you please elaborate more on Daivim Saraswati? Yes, Daivim Saraswati is not the material goddess of Vak Shakti, who comes later in the Sarga creation. Daivim Saraswati is actually the spiritual potency of Krishna. She is an energy of Krishna who is the Diksha Shakti. She gives the initiation, the mantras. She is that Krishna's potency. Sachidanand Prabhu, your hand was up. You can share, no problem.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Brahma and Shiva are bhakt devotees, and these Swamis are also devotees. But we keep Swami's photo in mandir, but not Brahma and Shiva. Why? What is the reason?
Yes. So we need to understand that the acharyas, the Goswamis, they are come from spiritual world. That is why their photos are on the altar. The altar is fully from the spiritual world. The personal, all the spirituality is from spiritual world. Whereas Brahma and Shiva are, yes, they are also devotees. But they still, Shiva, yes, we worship Shiva also in the altar. Advaita Acharya is there, right? Is Shiva. And our Namacharya is Brahma. We worship him also. Namacharya Shilaridas Thakur ki jai. But again, Brahma is a Jiva, empowered Jiva of this world, the most pious entity of this world. Whereas these all acharyas, they are from spiritual world. So that's why none of the demigods can also be compared to these acharyas. Demigods are empowered servants of this world, of this universe. Whereas acharyas are from spiritual Golok Vrindavan. That's why they are on the altar. Dayamai Radha Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, as there are more samskaras. As in my culture, we also have Pallu Kodikattai, teething ceremony for the baby when he gets the first teeth. These samskaras are main samskaras. There are 40 samskaras. There are many more. Right. Nisha Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, my question is just relating to Mataji who asked about Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. I thought Kshira Dakshay Vishnu is the Paramatma that's situated in everyone's heart. But is it the same Kshira Dakshay Vishnu who is also the source of all Leela
Yes.
avatars and Purusha
Yes.
avatars? Or Purusha avatars are...
No, Purusha avatars is Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Shirodakshaya Vishnu is the Purusha avatar, the third Purusha avatar.
Yes.
The third Purusha. There are only three Purushas. One and the only Mahavishnu. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu equal to number of universes, and Shirodakshaya Vishnu equal to the number of particles and number of living bodies. He expands everywhere. So the Shirodakshaya Vishnu enters into every particle And as the
Yes.
Paramatma is the same person. Yes.
And he's also source of all
Yes. And he's
Leela
also the
Vikas.
source of all because he also has a planet. He stays on Shivatadev. And from there he
Okay.
releases one by one incarnation. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is in the bottom of the universe. His place is different.
Yes. And he's Garbhodaksha Vishnu is present in all the different universes.
Yes. One Garbhodaksha Vishnu per universe. Okay.
And also all these Purusha avatars, they come from Mahavishnu. Is that right?
Purusha avatars are Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So you are telling,
Yes.
when you say, yeah, Mahavishnu himself is also Purusha.
Okay. So where
The
are
other
the
two
three
Purusha avatars
coming
come
from?
from Mahavishnu. Shirodaksha
Yes.
Vishnu Purusha avatar comes from Garbhodaksha Vishnu. That is correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Sudhakar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Just I understood from the class about the Kala, you said it determines the karma and gunas. So if you can elaborate a little bit how the gunas, because we are all influenced by the three gunas, right? So which guna, when it lack, we don't know. So how this time influences the gunas on the particular soul, or what the soul can do to try to, you know, be in always in a sattva guna or something like that. Is it possible for the Jeev to control or manipulate or regulate the mode of the things? This is something uh, I would appreciate if you can little bit enlighten on this, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. I'm going to the verse. Soul is never ever controlled by Kala, Guru, or Karma. It is only the material body. Kala, Karma, Gunadino, Deho, Ayam. This body, gross body, which is made of Panchabhautika. This gross body made of five elements is already under the control of eternal time, action, and modes of nature. Soul is beyond it. Okay?
Yeah, but what about the subtle body, like
Yes,
mind
subtle body is
against
also
other thing?
subtle body is also calculated. Subtle body is also influenced by Kala. It changes, right? Subtle body, I change my mind. Changes or not? Karma, yes.
So
Actually,
what?
who is suffering, who is enjoying? It is the mind. Subtle body enjoys or not. Subtle body is actually only one. It's called Antakaran. Because of the functionality, this is explained in the third canto, 26th chapter, Kapila's section. Subtle body is actually one. It's called Antakarana. It has four vikaras, four different kinds of transformations, because of which it's categorized as mind, intelligence, false ego, and impure consciousness, chitta. Right? So as such, it is one. So the subtle body suffers. Subtle body enjoys. And soul being, because of coming in contact with ahankara, it also, it feels like that. It's a distorted feeling. And then if you see gunas, three modes, they do activate. The mind is getting manufacturing desires based on the association of the modes. Correct? Yes. So it is subtle body is also affected. Gross and subtle body, both. Both are affected.
Yeah. But is
Okay.
there what should be the for a sadhak devotees like us to not to go into the negative gunas like rajoguna, tamoguna, try to be in the sattva guna.
That is something which is we have to do practice. We have to practice sattva. It is automatic to go to rajogun and tamogun, which is automatic. Whereas sattva guna requires upliftment, requires effort. Fall down is very natural. We will go down, right? Because we are going upstream. Going downstream is easy. You are going against the current. So sattva guna requires effort. So effort in what? Effort in our lifestyle. Effort in choosing our association. Effort in our actions that we do. The decisions we make. So when we put efforts here to remain in sattva guna basis on these things, then we will elevate to sattva guna. The association of people we have, the activities we do, yes, the decisions we take, and the lifestyle we choose. Four things. They're okay, bro.
Yeah, because I just why I ask this question, Prabhuji, sometimes I wonder, even though I intend to do rounds of the bhajan, but I may not be able to do. Maybe for namesake, I will just chant, but my mood may not be there. So I was
Ah,
wondering why it is happening, though I wish to do, but the mind is not focusing on that. So what, whether it is like a prarabdha or it is something sadhana, which you said is a practice is now required. This is what I understand from you now. So it requires practice, not related to the prarabdha or the past karmas, right? Is it, or partially both?
I didn't understand the last part of the question. But can you just put your question in 3, 4 words?
Okay. This gunas, actually, I was talking about gunas, right? So for example, if I want to do the chanting, okay, but I don't get that mood to do chanting, or even if sit in the chanting, the mind wanders. Okay.
This I heard.
Uh,
What's
Yeah.
the question?
So is it what I'm trying to understand from you or now that it requires sadhana, you said, right? Practice. You need
Yes,
to
it is
practice it
practice.
to bring, just not it is nothing to do with your past karmas or the prarabdha, right? Is it my understanding?
Such, we need to understand there are 3 factors. There is Sukriti, Swacheshta, Mahatkripa. That helps us in our spiritual path. So Sukriti is what pious. Somebody is acted sinfully. Yes, chanting and spiritual life will be burdens. It will be. And Swacheshta is the effort, determined efforts that one is putting from his one side. Yes, that's wonderful. And if you have Mahat Kripa, the blessings of great souls will speed up faster. All 3 factors include, but Swacheshta and Mahat Kripa can outdo the spirit of it. Okay, thank you all very much. It's time.
Hare Krishna, we also have some announcements to make before we close off, dear devotees. We're requesting that you join Prabhuji's WhatsApp channel, His Grace Sanatana Dharma, because after Karthik ends, we won't be posting class updates in the regular Krishna Katha group. So please join that WhatsApp group. I've shared it in the chat, and share it with your friends and family.
Thank you so much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantraj Bhagavatam ki jai. समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you very much.